Yo, we finally reached the end of season 3, gang, and shout out to y'all for those who have stuck around with me. I want to say thank you because it's been almost exactly 100 chapters since I've actually started building this channel because it's become more Tower of God focused. So thank you for those who have subscribed and the community that's grown, my Discord and everybody else that's involved. I just want to say thank you. Never expected it to go this way, but hey, you roll with those punches, right? But what do you guys think of season 3 as a whole? Let me know your thoughts below. Me personally, 6.5 out of 10. It's not my favorite. It definitely had some good, but it definitely had some bad. Definitely added more plots into it. A lot of side stories I didn't like. A lot of characters I didn't like. A lot of moments I didn't like. It's definitely not my favorite. Season 2 was by far better, in my opinion. Season 1 was great in its own right as a starting season, but season 3 not my favorite. Can't say that. So, but you guys let me know what you think overall about season 3. You guys know by now that we are going on a hiatus, so there are things that are going to be changing obviously in the schedule. I can finally get that red dump video to you guys. I may do it as like a Christmas drop special so you guys have something to watch over the break because I will be on vacation during that time. Even when I'm injured, and we still got like plenty of things that we can do to keep ourselves entertained. By then we got tier lists that we can do, discussions that we can do. So whatever you guys want to talk about that we can make a full stream, just make sure you put it down below. But I will not be wasting my time, okay? So make sure it's something that everybody wants to do, because I did stream twice last week and I didn't get as much support as I would have wanted on that Saturday stream. I know a lot of people watched it back, but if you guys do want something to happen, just please let it know and please be there for it, okay? But other than that, let's get into this chapter because there is a lot to discuss. Preview of season 4, a lot of princesses are getting involved, new characters getting involved. But yeah, let's get into it. And we start with the Revs, okay? And the captain, he's in panic mode a little bit, okay? Obviously, they escaped the threat, which was Urek, but I'm glad to know that he wasn't as confident as he seemed in the moment. Like, he didn't immediately panic, like, oh, there's Urek, run. But he did have that feeling inside, so it's interesting to see that. I wonder who he's texting. What do you guys think? I think that's Rachel, but I have no idea. By the way, we are gonna, sorry to change the subject real quick, but we are going to be getting a side story that's going to start soon. While we talk about, this hiatus. So what do you guys want the side story to be about? Let me know what character you want to see, maybe a new one, maybe someone we already know. It could even be about Rachel at this point, because personally, I think Rachel has been getting kind of shunted to the side a lot, so she may need her own side. That's just me, but you guys let me know what you think, okay? Moving on. Curious and craziest thing about this Revs thing right here is the fact that Zahar's army is here. So the Revs escaped, to some unknown coordinates that we don't know about, but Zahar's army is basically there waiting on them. So guys, what the fuck is going on with that? Like, how does Zahar army know? Are we about to get a little skirmish war going on between the Revs and them? I mean, obviously that means Zahar's army is aware of the Revs. As far as we knew, they were kind of like this secret group that kind of like didn't exist but did exist. This kind of fourth faction that's there, but they are being pursued right now. That's what this chapter kind of felt like on whole. Like, people are being pursued and hunted down. Yeah, you guys let me know, how do you think that happened? Is there like a snitch in the group? And I know somebody in the Discord is talking about Kieran's a snitch, which I don't think so, because Kieran already betrayed his family. But now jumping to another Zahar army, and I'm telling you, Zahar is getting active. Mind you, I'm the biggest Zahar stand, so shout out to my boy getting active. But we go to the Lobopia remnants with Lobadan in them, and another Zahar army shows up. Now, I think this is a translation issue with the 3rd Division Commander being Libalik. We know him to be the 4th, taking over for Caliban. So I don't know if he meant 4th or Libalik got transferred to 3rd. I don't know. But regardless of the fact, I don't think they're running down on Lobadan. Obviously, because they're kind of on Zahar's team in a way. But I do think, and you guys let me know what you think about this, I do think they're coming to get Tron's body. I think Lobadan's army is going to go with Zahar to kind of give Zahar a play-by-play of exactly what happened at this place, and then they're also going to collect Trom's body. So those who were theorizing things that could happen to Trom's body, I think this is the moment. But Lobadan may fight against that because he wants to bury his father, and we know that. So who knows what's going to happen here, right? Now we go to Fug, who is returning to their main ship, and Bomb is having a moment with V. When we talk about that whole flow, you become anything thing, and we get introduced to a new character named Isis, okay? And she is Leslek's assistant. and she kind of calls Jin Song and Bomb weak. Now, I want people to understand she's not calling them weak in terms of strength, okay? Because you got to read the notes in the translations. I think she means weak emotionally, okay? And she's not wrong, because you remember, Jin Song is famous for murking part of his family, right? For, I think it was like something love related with a lover or something like that. You guys can fix that in the comments if you want. I forget what that whole thing was about. But basically, Jin Song is kind of a tender man, right? And you can kind of translate that to Bomb. Bomb is very tender. He is very reactive emotionally against a lot of things. You know, he gets emotionally involved in things that had shit to do with him. That's what I think she means, that part of them. And then, you know, we get them returning, and you see how she's like a less like Stan and on his top. Granted, she's his assistant, but she's on his top. And, you know, she's immediately disrespecting Bomb, saying he doesn't deserve the spot. It seems like Jin Song's been through this before, so maybe Jin Song can kind of guide Bomb through this whole thing. But, yeah, I'm very interested to see what that's going to happen there. You know, having people that doubt Bomb and Fug is uncommon at this point in the story, because we did get that earlier on. But I guess we'll get a little resistance here, right? But internally, Bomb's going through this whole V thing, and V says, you know, in the meantime, I'll be you and you be me. And how do you interpret that? Because it sounds like V is gonna let Bomb kind of run the show. Maybe because V isn't all the way cracked through, until, even because he kind of says that when he's cracked through, he can maybe take a longer control of Bomb's body. So maybe it's a time lapse thing or a time control thing with how cracked his you know, the inner spiral is. But right now Bomb's in control, and I guess V's gonna kind of guide him, but maybe he'll guide him in a way that opens up the crack. Maybe Bomb will catch on. I think we'll get a little internal battle here. Who knows, guys? But you guys let me know what you think about that whole interaction. Move on to the most hyped thing about this chapter that everybody's losing their shit over, and it's Adori, who turns out to be Ari. She's part of the Ari family, Ari swordsmanship, which I'm kind of shocked about. I thought she was kind of standalone. We didn't initially know what family she's a part of, but I have no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I know people are like bringing up blog posts and stuff like that. I don't necessarily care too much about details from blog posts, but she did destroy Gustang's mothership, and it's a feat. It's a lit feat, and especially if she killed Prouse along the way, then, you know, her title is not for nothing, bro. Like at the very least, I would match her at top regent level. I'm not ready to give her Lustlek level. I'm sorry. I know people are losing it over one-shotting a mothership, but believe me, I don't think anybody, I think a regent could do that. I think Lobanon or Dumas can one-shot a mothership. I'm sorry. I mean, we literally saw Dumas do battle with one of Trom's dragons. So if you don't think one of Trom's dragons can destroy a mothership in one go, then I think Dumas can do the same thing, and so can Lobanon. So I'm giving her regent level. Granted, again, if Prouse is smoked, then that's a whole different thing. But again, we didn't see the top of Dumas or Lobanon's power. So I'm going to assume she used a great deal of power here. Granted, she didn't do too many slashes, and you can use that argument, whatever, but Ari's swordsmanship has been like what we've seen from it, a one slash, one attack type of swordsmanship. So she could have used a significant amount of power here to do it. But granted, she did it, so I'll give her flowers. But I'm not ready to give her Lustlek level. I'm not ready to give her able to fight Urek, because if you're giving her Lustlek level, you're giving her family head level, that means that she can tussle with Urek, and I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, gang. Y'all not gonna convince me to do that. But I don't think that Gustang was in the ship, okay? Because people are losing their minds. Oh, she attacked the ship with Gustang in it. Gustang's not in that ship, guys. He has to know, and I said this before, you know, if you guys didn't learn anything about Gustang this entire season, is that he is calculated in the way he does things. So there's absolutely no way to me that he was sitting inside his mothership when it was attacked by Adori, okay? I think he was in a whole nother space, maybe in one of the smaller ships. But regardless, Kun and Adori escaped with Lobopia Yule, one of the, I guess you can call it Lobopia remnants now. We'll see a lot of remnants around. But we know he probably escaped with him. I don't necessarily know if that means that Kun's going to be still with Gustang, because they may have escaped to a whole different thing. So who knows what's happening with Kun now. But regardless of the fact, it seems like Po Bidal's mothership is destroyed. I don't know how many people passed. But I'm going to think that Gustang had a nice counter to that. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, as he's still a family leader, even regardless if he's tired or not from the fight. I don't think it's like, at this point, I've seen too much of Gustang to call him down and out after this. Absolutely not. But Adori does say afterwards that they're going to hunt Bomb basically. And then we kind of end with that. That's going to be even crazier, you know, because less like, you know, we saw him in a hurry because they know they're surrounded by enemies. It does seem a little bit fishy that Zahara's trying to jump on everybody after their skirmish and war and stuff. But I get it. Like, I'm not, you know, don't get me wrong, I respect my king. But, you know, it is kind of a little bit lame to do that, I will say. But that's kind of what's happening here. You know, you're not catching people at their full strength. You know, people are kind of at half, even lower. But yeah, so Adori's gonna hunt Bomb next, and that might get crazy too. But as far as we know right now, Bomb is kind of untouchable right now as far as V's in there. Bomb right now, it's weird, but Bomb is like sub family head level. Like, Bomb is strong enough on his own. I'm not giving him Regent Dumas or Lobanon level. He's not there. He's bottom Regent. Maybe if anything, I'm giving him branch head leader level. Maybe. Maybe, granted, we did see him struggle a bit against some. But as far as what his sub is, the family head level, like at the most, the same as less, like maybe a tier smaller. But that's where Bomb is now. So right now, Bomb is a little bit in an untouchable state. But even if Adori attacks him, I don't think he's gonna struggle with V being there. But regardless, yeah, guys, that's all I have for this week. So yeah, Tower God going on hiatus. Don't worry, I'll be here to, you know, entertain. One of the coolest things about this is, you know, I do content with Naya and like Annual. Hopefully, you know, before the new season starts, the guys who read the official scans can finally catch up, and maybe we could do a big whole stream with everybody in it caught up. That would be a lit thing to do. I imagine that Naya's probably going to make it happen, so I'll let you guys know if it does happen, if I'm going to be a part of it. But other than that, guys, don't worry, keep you entertained. We'll be talking TOG for the next couple months whenever we start back up. But thank you guys. Make sure you get into that Discord, because if you're going to need some TOG entertainment, you're definitely going to need to be in there. But other than that, peace. Have a good weekend, guys.